Hello everyone and welcome to 4funzees. My name is Mech,
And I'm Johnny.
and for the month of January 2017, this is what's in my library. So, today we are playing a game called Enemy Mind, and as you can see, it's a shoot 'em up, or that you'll see in a second. So, Johnny, why don't you tell us about this game?
Alright, so Enemy Mind, developed by Shell Games and released on Windows. It's kind of a retro shooter type of game. You're side-scrolling, shooting. And it's kind of a weird thing the way the story goes. It basically says you're lost in depths of space. You are a being of pure psychic energy. You can take over anything you see in order to survive. So it's not your typical just, I'm an airplane shooting things. You're actually an entity that can take over different things you see. The game features, a classic 8-bit style. It's got 8 levels with 70 waves of enemies, and over 20 plus different ships, and they all have their own unique abilities. So definitely a fun pick up and play game. Does support multiplayer and co-op up to 4 people at once, and it's got a kind of its own chiptune inspired soundtrack by Rainbow Kitten. It was voted Best in Play 2014, so definitely got some good reviews.
Yeah. So, I got this a while back, actually, from I got it during the Steam Summer Sale. Fortunately, at that time, I didn't have a decent, computer for that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So, now that I have one, I found out it's a lot more awesome if you have a controller, and, I just died there. Yeah, so, like, the cool thing about this game, right, is, as you can see, as Johnny explained, you can see the mechanics here, so eventually your ships run out of ammo, right? And they have a weak hull, which gets annoying after a while, but that's where part of the skill comes in here, because if you can see here, I can take over other ships like that, and as you can see the weapons there. Now, that's what, that multiplier thing is really cool there, because, if you can see, it kind of did like this insta-kill move for everyone. When everyone that's on the screen, at the time that you get the multiplier, pretty much kills everything on the screen there, and you get the points for it.
Okay.
But they keep their ammo, so they're still technically the ships are still alive, so you can still take them over and use their ammo against enemies here.
That's pretty cool.
Which can be very helpful when you screw yourself a little bit with the. Oh, I remember this. I was having trouble figuring out how this ship worked.
So every ship is unique, right? According to the thing, it said
right.
20 unique ships, so they all work a little differently.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. How do the controls feel? Like, they feel tight?
The controls, they felt pretty good actually. Before I tried using this with just the keyboard, it didn't work so well. It's very jagged, but with the controller itself, you can actually you have a little bit more aim when you go jumping, when you jump from ship to ship.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah. So as you can see, since I've taken over this alien ship, the thinking like the enemy, so to speak.
Alright. So do all the ships have different like armor ratings or just different weaponry?
Yeah, they have different hull strengths, but
Okay.
they're all weak, but they die pretty quickly, but obviously some have more ammo than others too, and some have more efficient ammo than others.
Gotcha. So it
Like
looks like
that
the
one-
ships you discard just kind of float back into the background and what, they guys just get destroyed?
Yeah, they blow up. Those are the ones you can still take over.
Okay. Now, can you bring ammo with you when you transfer from ship to ship?
No.
Okay.
In fact, if the ship still has ammo by the time you abandon it, it can actually still attack you. So, that happens. Extra life there. Nice.
So how would you recommend this game against its predecessors? You know, things like
Radius
Galaga,
and
Top Gun, Raiden. Yeah.
Yeah. Say it has a good vibe for it. The thing is, there's a lot more. the thing with those games is a lot of it is muscle memory, and like if you watch this when we played Star Fox 64, I was doing a lot of the skills I was doing was just muscle memory, and you can see like the lag was throwing me off there when I was playing. You know, this game there's not a lot of muscle memory to it. It's because it's really a lot of planning out and strategy and things along those lines. There's some level of muscle memory in there, but because you can just jump ship really easily, like that. Yeah.
Is there a cooldown on how often you can jump ship?
Nope, you can keep jumping it immediately. In fact, one criticism I do have of the controls, but this is more my problem than the game's problem. But yeah, because you can keep jumping, I would sometimes hit the jump button over and over again when I meant to attack, and because of that, I just keep jumping ship and eventually kill myself because I'm not paying attention and I kept crashing into things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So jumping is a two-edged sword then, because it kind of puts you out of position.
Right. Yeah. Cutscene. Really blurry cutscene.
So how much is this game going for now?
I'm not sure. I mean, it was like maybe $3 when I got it.
Not bad.
$3. Yeah, but that was the Steam Summer Sale, so I'm gonna say maybe $10, $7 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much playtime have you gotten in with it so far?
Not a lot. I spent a lot more time playing other games like Reciteer and those games.
Terraria. Okay.
Terraria, yeah.
So for people who are on the fence or maybe not quite sure, would you recommend this as an addition to the library? Full price? Would you recommend it as a sale?
I would say wait for a sale.
Okay.
Because it's good for just coming in to jump in and play, or you know, just a pick up and play thing. But I don't know how to describe it. It's not a very long game. And
Right.
I'm not saying like games that are too short that or like short games are bad or anything.
Okay.
Wow, all those guys just took out themselves there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I'm not one to say like having small amounts of money is necessarily a bad, or a game being short means that it should be cheap, but it's part of a I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's kind of like along the lines of Stanley Parable. Like if you ever played Stanley Parable, it's a very interesting game. In fact, we'll probably do that at some point on the show.
Right.
But the thing that's interesting about Stanley Parable is it's, you know, because it's so easily replayable. It's like you can beat the game within 20 minutes, but there's not a lot of game to it. It's really just you're playing for the sake of narration. You know, so it's more of something you would get when it's on sale, like I did. Which again is like $2 when I got that game on sale. It's kind of the same situation with this.
Okay.
It's just it's a nice little game if you just want something good to get during, if you're trying to maximize as many games as you can during the Steam Summer Sale. It's a good game to get.
So, a definite pickup. Just wait for a good sale.
Yes.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah. By the way, as far as this particular ship goes, this one's kind of annoying to use because it's very effective, but you have to be very precise with it.
Really, what is it, all
It's
skill
like-
shots?
Yeah, kinda, because it's like you can take out you can take out like a row of enemies in one shot with it, which is awesome if you can aim it properly. Yeah, it's like you can see a few times, like, oh man, I remember this ship. Now it's like the opposite problem that ship has. That
Gotcha.
you see the ship that was shooting the beam.
Right.
That's like you don't have to worry about precision; it just takes out everything. The problem is it barely has any ammo to it, so you have to kind of improvise with that. See, I kind of wish it worked like its enemy counterpart, where you could aim it a little bit.
Right, but instead you just gotta shoot the skill shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this thing is pretty useful here. The that can do the multi shots.
Okay.
But again, because you get so trigger happy with it, you keep shooting up. You shooting so many times, you eat up your ammo.
Got you. So if you had to use your own rating system, what would you give it as an overall experience? Yeah.
Let me think a little bit. I would say 2 bacons out of a coconut cream pie.
Okay. And
I have no logic behind that.
If I was looking for a similar experience, I should play what? Games like R-Type?
Gradius is a good example. If you just want a classic example of it.
Right.
Yeah. What about you? What would you say?
Well, based on what I'm looking at, I would definitely, definitely feels kind of like the old, there's an old Sega game where you were just like a kid and you can fly and you had a giant gun. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Can't remember what that game was now. But side-scroller shoot-'em-ups, actually Aegis Wing, it comes to mind for Xbox.
Oh, yes, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, one of the first...
You're right, that would absolutely fit with this. By the way, this ship, if you can use it properly, is awesome.
Okay.
It just runs through enemies. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Provided that you don't die.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get a real Aegis Wing vibe, which is an awesome game when you have enough people to play it, because your ships can link up and there's new abilities. One of the first free games for Xbox Live Arcade back when that was a thing. Amazing game. Yeah. But this seems like it's a little more in depth with the ship switching and all that. So definitely put it in that category. As far as gameplay and everything, from what you're telling me and kind of from what I'm seeing, I feel like this could be a pretty interesting mobile game. I give it a 6, maybe 7 out of 10. Seems solid.
7 out of 10? Okay. Yeah. Alright. I'll try to give it a real one. See, I talk about rating system. I don't know if I've talked about rating systems before on the show, but my problem with rating systems is trying to give an objective, like, number to media seems kind of pointless, because it's all subjective. So, if I would say I would list the pros and cons. So the pros, right? I would say it's fun. It puts an interesting level of strategy to the shoot 'em up genre.
Okay.
I would give it that. Cons, let's see, it's very short. And it's easy to mix up your controls a little bit.
Okay.
Because you have to be really good at multitasking, which is, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a con, because that can add depth to it.
Okay.
If I were to add anything, the thing, I guess the difficulty curve does get up there a bit, pretty early on, which, again, may or may not be a good thing depending on who you are.
Does the difficulty stay high the whole time?
What's that?
Does the difficulty stay at a certain pace, or does it scale with the game?
No, it scales with the game. Okay. Yeah. What I would say is some of the ships are useless.
Interesting.
Yeah. By the way, you can take over asteroids in this game.
And what, just bowl over your enemies?
Yep, pretty much. But the problem is, if there's no asteroids around for you, there's nothing around for you. If you accidentally kill everything and there's nothing for you to jump to, then you're kind of screwed. As far as you could just fall off the screen and die.
Oh, so you're
that
just
kind of game.
Falling.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, if you guys are noticing any sound issues, it's just we're not in the same room right now as we usually are, so we're kind of experimenting with a post video or a post commentary thing. So just in case you're wondering why if audio sounds funky right now.
Does it sound funky? Do we even know that for sure?
It probably will.
Probably will. I like your optimism, man. I like your
just trying
optimism.
to be, yeah, just trying to be ahead of time. Stay ahead of the game. Yeah. So I think I talked about those. There's those rocket ships that you can kind of just plow through everything. You know, that's, like I said, that's cool if you know how to use it. But until you figure out how to use it, it's one of the most annoying things to fly.
Now, did they have ammo, or is that just their thing? They just plow through
No, that's
everybody?
just the thing. They crash into things.
Okay.
Now, it's awesome if you're like facing a boss.
High damage?
Because, yeah. Yeah, like you see right now. Let's see if I can. That's what I did. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, like, the thing that sucks about those things on the ground, right? Yeah. Those are the ones I find to be the most useless because they come in droves, and you have to use them sometimes because there are no other ships around, which is very. It will probably kill you, or I should say, it'll lead to your death eventually. You'll see what I mean if you. I think you'll see what I mean if I remember correctly in this. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the fact that you start off every level with that same ship, not a fan of that either.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's because it's like your basic. It's one of those basic ones, I guess. If you it's like low-level ship. It's like the standard fighter fare. Oh, nice.
So what other games can we look forward to from your library over there, man?
From my library, I might have to look into my. Let's see. If I recall correctly, I have this game called Uplink. Uplink, it's a hacking game. It basically, you learn how to hack things.
Okay.
Like life.
Just like life, man.
Life hacks. Life hacks. Yeah. You know, the other day I was watching a Maddox video. It's like, you know those BuzzFeed articles are basically saying that we're doing normal things, like everyday things, completely wrong.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you're breathing wrong, you're pooping wrong, you're eating apples wrong, that kind of thing. Yeah. Maddox did a video basically criticizing those things, and they're all like basically debunking how stupid they are. So, yeah. Anyway, that was an interesting video to watch. Oh, by died.
Right. Definitely check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll just take this to the half-minute mark.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. It's
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it gets really technical, especially in this part here, because you see where they're coming across.
Right. My friends actually just gave me a game. It's called, actually I'll tell you right now, it's an old tank game for Xbox. Kind of the same side-scroller, but you're shooting up at different enemies. I'll tell you exactly what it is here in a minute. Actually, I lied. I probably won't because I don't have it anymore. I think it's called like heavy duty or something like that, heavy artillery. But basically, it looks kind of like this, but you're on the ground. And you're shooting up at different airplanes and tanks, and then other crap comes at you. It's very hectic, and I mean, it represents the bullet hell genre pretty freaking well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call this bullet hell, but it does get pretty technical after a while. Like Gradius, I would say, is bullet hell.
Okay. But this is more just shoot 'em up, like Contra?
Yeah, kind of. I would say it's more along the lines of, imagine Undertale, but without the RPG elements. I know that's like the reverse of what it actually, that's the reverse of how it worked.
Okay.
But then again, earlier I described Rogue One as Battlefront the movie, so you know. So maybe I'm on something.
Let me ask you something about Rogue One because I haven't seen it yet. Do you feel like they're just churning out Star Wars movies to make money?
Most likely, yes.
Okay. So
that's pretty much the goal of making movies, you know.
Right, but I mean, do you think the quality has taken a hit, or it's still up to par?
I think Rogue One's actually better than Force Awakens.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just say the how would I describe it? Like, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, don't worry. But I would say Force Awakens was good, but was kind of just, it was like okay throughout the whole movie, or it was, I wouldn't describe it as necessarily mediocre, but it was somewhere, it was good throughout the whole movie. Rogue One started out kind of slow, but the climax makes up for it. So I highly recommend it. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll spoil one minor thing. Darth Vader comes back, or I mean, he's not back, but he's in this one. So if you wanted to see Darth Vader in another movie, this is the one.
I truly did.
Yes. If you didn't want to see him as a whiny kid.
Right, I didn't need Captain Emo Sasuke Darth Vader. I wanted real Darth Vader.
Yeah. Okay. One thing real quick. One thing that I think is really cool is you can actually take over the boss ships like this.
Oh crap, dude. Okay.
Yeah. And do I kill him? Yep.
Hydra.
Nice. Yep. And now I have control of him. Level 2 complete.
Okay, give me just one second, alright?
Okay. Actually, I think we'll just end it here. I think. Let's see. Or maybe not. Alright, I'll continue on anyway. Okay, so here I am with the alien thing. Yeah, so as you can see here, because now I've taken over the minds of these alien robot things, I now think their thoughts, and I was just flying backwards for a second. That was awesome. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so we're just gonna go flying through here and try not to die. Danger. I did a great job of that, by the way.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, thank God! I didn't know what I was going to do without you.
Yeah, man, so, again, Nick touched on this a little earlier. We're definitely not in the same room. I'm currently in Jamaica on a work assignment, but we wanted to make sure we got some good content out to our viewers, you know. So we're putting this thing through Skype. But the weather here is great. What's up?
Yeah. Just to make it clear, I'm not in Jamaica. But... Okay, go ahead, say your thing.
Okay. Anyway,
sorry.
I'm here live from Montego Bay, just doing some repair stuff, but really wish we could show you. I might actually take some video of the surroundings, give you guys a little glimpse of where we're streaming from. Recently, last Friday, we were able to collaborate with Turbo Thumbs for a second tournament. This was an Amiibo Smash tournament, which is pretty cool. All the Amiibos are trained to level 50. And then we were able to basically do like a fantasy draft and pick 3 of them, and then fight them out. And I made it to the semifinals. I got beat in my round by Luigi. I had a Zero Suit Samus that should have won, but Luigi's freaking sideways chop ended up getting me. And then it was pretty intense, I'm not going to front. I think we're going to hold another one here at 4funzees. Maybe have Turbo Thumbs back us up on it. But it's very interesting because you don't need any skill to play. Basically, you pick the characters you like, and you see if they beat the characters that someone else picked. And
that sounds... yeah.
It's actually, it's way more fun than you think it is. I thought it was going to be kind of boring, but it's actually pretty intense because the way the computer fights is not like we fight. They leave gaps like crazy. And they'll do the same move 5 or 6 times. They don't care.
Alright, would you say that it's even for funsies?
The computer is playing for funsies. Exactly.
The computer is playing for funsies, not us.
Not us. We're watching for funsies. But I highly recommend it. And I again, special shout out to Brian and the team at Turbo Thumbs. They even gave me some good pointers on some sound equipment that we can use that I'm going to be looking into. So once I get back from my little hiatus, looking forward to bringing you guys some better sound quality content. So please bear with us while we, jury rig this this last podcast here, this cast here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I was talking. If you saw back there, that's what I was kind of talking about. Oh, this is where they throw in the shields. But yeah. So they throw in the shields here. They also throw in the asteroids. You can take over the asteroids and kind of just ride them out.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Also, this is where enemies start showing up with shields.
Now you can't teleport to somebody who has a shield, right? You take the shield down.
Right.
Man, why can't they just let you be OP through the whole game? They would sell more copies.
It's me. Another thing I like about this is it lets you, as long as it's working, it lets you through. It lets you kind of plow through enemy fire.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would say of all the ships, this one's probably my favorite. The shotgun style.
Got you. Got you. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's like between this rocket thing and the shotgun alien thing. It's like they're probably the best ships in the game.
Okay.
By the way, there's a level coming up where it'll probably tell me that my favorite ship was the asteroids.
Now, why would it say that, man?
Because the whole level you only ride around in asteroids. Yeah. Oh, another game you probably might want. We are probably going to do on the show. Obviously, we're going to do the Stanley Parable, but we're also going to do FTL.
Okay.
I think we'll definitely do that. Yeah. Oh, this is the part where I get screwed. Anyway, yeah. Love to do that on the show. It's also good background gameplay as well, because there's not a lot you really have to do with it.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely something that we definitely want to bring to our fans and any audience that happens to check it out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's another thing I find really annoying in this game, by the way, is when you get those multipliers, those multiplier hits, but nothing's around, so it gets wasted.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it'd be annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, oh, that's another thing. This game, they kind of fool you with the turret things, right? Because they look like they would be really useful, right?
Right.
They're not.
No?
Because once you take over them, they just sit there. They don't do anything.
Gotcha.
And I died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Game over.
Game over.
Game over. Alright. Yeah. Another thing I noticed about this game is that the first wave always starts really slow. I mean, I guess that's probably a good thing, but I kind of want, when you kind of just want to get into the action, I kind of wish it would just start off guns blazing, you know.
Gotcha.
By the way, pro tip: don't do what I just did, like running around desperately trying to plow into things like that, because that's going to waste your fuel a lot.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
the ammo thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this part I would say is kind of bullet hell style. The good news is that
this part looks way more active than what you're doing before. At least from where I'm seeing it. So I definitely get that. I like that there's like a constant kind of narrative dialogue thing that's going on there. you know, what you call a cutscene, I guess, to kind of keep you
Yeah.
engaged in why the heck am I shooting everything.
Yeah.
Oh, did you just fall to your death as an asteroid?
Yep.
Or, I guess not to your death, but... Oh.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess it's not. It's not. Apparently, I can psychically take over asteroids. That makes sense, right?
It makes sense to
Giant
me.
pieces of rock. Yep. That's something that's really fun to do, by the way. When you get into the asteroid and just they crash into you afterwards, and you get the points for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The game looks fun. I feel like it's only enhanced by having your friends help you out. Now I know it did mention local multiplayer. Can you do online multiplayer as well?
I did not see that. I think you have to unlock it actually,
Interesting.
because I know there's a spot. I haven't actually been in the game yet, but I know it's a relatively short game. I know that much, but
Okay.
if you on the menu there's a question mark thing, all those like hidden unlockable things.
Right.
So if it's I'm assuming it's probably unlockable that way.
Okay.
Multiplier. Oh, that's cool. I took it out even though it was in a shield with the multiplier thing. Yeah.
The multiplier is serious, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the an enemy's worst nightmare. The multiplier.
Yeah.
I kind of wish he would say, instead of get ready, he said like get wrecked.
Yeah, right.
Get wrecked.
So how far did you make it in this playthrough?
I finished the 3rd chapter, I think.
Okay. Now, what do you say about the sound? Like everything I'm looking at says kind of chiptune-y, 8-bit sound.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
It kind of similar to how do I describe it? It has a very sci-fi feel to it.
Okay.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of variety in it because it all kind of sounds the same. It's like Mega Man music if it was slower.
Gotcha.
Which normally it's a lot faster. But yeah. Get wrecked. Kinda wish I took over that ship. As soon as I take over it, immediately miss every single shot.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that how it goes?
Yep. Yeah, so just playing a little ping pong with the
Yeah, see.
Oh yes, I remember this. Yeah. What's this part here? Yeah. So at some point while recording this, something went wrong and the sound cut out for a second.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna keep doing that throughout. Hope it does not. I noticed that your range on the takeover is a lot longer on the on when you have an asteroid, which is a good thing because you kind of need those.
Okay.
Nice. 5. I forget how many waves there are. I think there's 10.
10 waves? That's not bad.
Yeah. My
10
favorite
waves of
ship
work.
was the Rock. Yep. Boom. Boom. Oh, there went the sound again. I don't know why that happened, but it was kind of annoying when it happened. Yeah, obviously. It's like doing so well and then suddenly the capture messes up or something. It's like when we were doing Star Fox.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
How many times it just reset on us? I think it was just I think it's the cartridge itself that was the problem. Because I have
Okay.
not had that problem with the other games that I have. Haha. See that the clever skills I got there? I just as soon as I
Yeah.
died, I jumped. Oh god. Oh god. Anyway, so okay, so I guess like a final verdict. If I were to give it anything, um, okay. So like I said, pros and cons. Um, it's fast paced. When you finally get into the nitty gritty, it's very fast paced, but it's got a very slow build up to that. Not all the ships are very useful, unfortunately. Um,
Mm-hmm.
which is the downs. Like as you can see with this turret here, it kind of just gets stuck there,
Gotcha.
which not very helpful. And the you normally I would be okay with the hull being really weak, but it really makes you constantly afraid that you're gonna die. And
Okay.
it doesn't come off. This isn't the kind of game where you should be constantly afraid of dying. Like that. If you see that, I just floated off into space somewhere. Yeah, I mean, this isn't like Radius where you are most likely going to die every 10 seconds. It's it's that kind of. It's not Shin Megami Tensei level
Oh
of you're
gosh.
gonna die. If I were to give it some credit, those turret things some credit, they have very strong hulls.
Okay.
They can take a pounding before they get completely destroyed, but it's considering that you're stuck in one place the whole time, doesn't really change much. And I died again. Whoop-de-doo.
I like that when you die, the restart is fairly quick. You don't have to go through any like weird lag or
Yeah,
not lag, but
it does.
loading or anything like that.
Yeah, it kind of does a Super Meat Boy.
Yep.
Pulls a Super Meat Boy.
Get right back in there.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, as far if you guys are watching have been watching our Super Meat Boy, What's in My Library episode. I guess that'll be our December episode, but or I guess our December show. They said that it would come off as rewarding to die. That doesn't make any sense, but it certainly was satisfying because of the bloopy sound it made. The goop sound. It's like you're just like that kind of thing. That was satisfying.
It was
Yeah. So
actually it was like a satisfying crunch.
yeah, yeah. Okay. The problem with these things, right, is that you're fixed to one side. You're fixed to the ceiling. You can't switch to in space anywhere. So if you have something that's coming your way, you're gonna get hit no matter what. Also,
Okay.
what was the point of this part here?
Oh, that's
That's
kind of
fun,
slick
right?
though. So you're just bouncing from asteroid to asteroid.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna say my favorite ship is.
Probably a rock.
Whoa. Why would Iraq be my favorite ship? Why not Iran?
Oh, I thought Iraq was a virtual set of boobs, dude.
Iraq. No, it's the digital. Yes. No, that's Iraq.
Yeah.
Iraq is a little different. Iraq is a little different. Iraq, it's the electronic rock.
Iraq.
Iraq.
I know a DJ named Iraq, and he's out in he's out in L.A. Pretty good music.
Yeah.
I mean, he does good mixes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Iran so far.
So far away.
Iran so far.
Ran so far away.
Yep. Well, you know, The Rock was my favorite ship. Dwayne Johnson, you're my man.
Dwayne Johnson, if you ever become a spaceship, you'd be my favorite.
Yep. I wonder if I can take over the shields. I never tried that before.
Take over the shield
Imagine if you could do that. Yeah,
and just be the shield.
yeah. It wouldn't have really any practicality to it, but I mean,
No,
I
but
died.
there's also the why not factor.
Yeah. Man, what did I get hit by? I don't know. Do 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 do. And of course now they're flying around me. So something I noticed, right? I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when you're in the asteroid, no one bothers firing at you.
hmm
As soon as you jump out, everyone's gunning for you.
Everybody's got a shot to take. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like maybe it's like they don't notice you if you're in the rock, but then as soon as you jump out, they're like, "Oh, there he is! Kill him!" It's like when it's like in Assassin's Creed where you can just hide. You can just hide it on a bench and no one will notice you.
Oh my god, that was so hilarious. Like, we're chasing this
Yeah.
guy, but oh, there's a group of monks. Let's just wait. Or I watched him jump into this hay, but I somehow can't find him. I remember when they started pulling out pitchforks and stabbing the hay. That sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Who would think to? I mean, never mind. That's actually really smart to do that.
Do what? Stab the hay?
No, yeah, like if you're searching for somebody, like fish through the hay, see if you can find them.
Right. I mean, it
Yeah,
eliminates one hiding spot. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah. This one was pretty hard, by the way. This level.
Doesn't look easy.
Yeah,
So let's wrap up by
and
talking about a couple of the shows we're going to be producing. Like a brief overview.
yeah,
Again, we want to keep the "What's in My Library" series going. I think that's going to be cool. We're going to be introducing a for freebies, which is our look into what the offerings on PSN and Xbox Gold are going to be for the month. We're going to do our traditional Let's Play style, where we take a game, break it down into segments, and give you guys some feedback and some live gameplay on that. And then we're going to be doing our playthroughs, similar to this, what we did with Star Fox, where we actually play a game, start to as far as we want to, and give you guys a live experience. Did I cover everything, Mac?
yeah. You missed one. We're also trying to do a panel show. We're
That's
just gonna
right.
have a few people on from different, different channels, just talking about YouTube and, or I guess whatever we feel like talking about. But YouTube will obviously be one subject. Yeah, I'm actually. What I want to do for the theme of this month, I would like it to be sort of tips for new YouTube creators. That seems like it would be useful. It would be useful for people to watch. It's practicality to it. So if you want to get some ideas, if you're also starting on YouTube, kind of like us, and you just want to get into the swing of things, check us out when we do that. I think this is where I die. Yep, this is where I die.
Really?
Oh well. Alright. I think we're gonna call it. This is the end of it here. So, thank you for watching.
Oh my God, appreciate it. Thank you for sticking this out with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We love your feedback, even if it's not the greatest. We need it. And more importantly, just thank you for watching. This is Johnny,
And Mac.
and we
And
play
Jeremy.
games.